Okay.
Betty Jackson, fuck you. Betty Jackson, show yourself. Show yourself, Betty Jackson.
What?
What, the
Did
Flash?
I just see?
It was me.
I saw something. I thought it was a ghost orb. Was it an orb? One thing I've noticed, and I don't know if it's because I'm a female, but when I'm alone, the trolls come out. The not so nice ones. But when we're doing a dual stream, they disappear. It doesn't happen all the time, but from time to time it does happen. Like, you know, the odd little argument on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
And how do you deal with it?
There've been times where we don't, and it just goes on a be right back.
Damn it!
How did it kill you?
Huh?
Because of the motion and the channel getting busy, and it was just so much more rewarding. I felt that I wanted to take the leap. It was now or never.
Welcome to Behind the Streams, the place where we talk about the backstage stories, the struggles, and the experiences from all types of streamers. In each episode, we have a very different streamer with a very different skill set, ready to share their stories, their secrets, and their experiences. In the last episode of Behind the Streams, we talked about the LGBTQ community, the difficult times, and the good parts. And I highly suggest you watch this video. Today we're gonna talk about couple streaming, and today's guest is OtterDenGaming. She's a horror variety streamer, and also she is a lover of the otters, I would say.
Yeah, very much.
So you started streaming about 3 to 4 years ago, is that right?
Yeah, this year will be 3 years. Early 2018, more or less, when we started.
Awesome. But you started under the name Lady Bathory. Is that right?
Yes. How do you know these things? How do you know these things?
I'm searching.
You are sneaky. So the channel started off as Lady Bathory, which was my original online handle. And then Machine, which is my husband, he also had his own Twitch channel. So I used to stream on my channel, he streamed on his, but we always played together. And then we were told by a lot of friends that we should merge the channel. And later on that year we did. So at the end of 2018, the channel was renamed to Lady Bathory and Machine, which was quite long. But my channel originally was always themed around otters.
Oh,
And silly enough, my love for otters started in Ark of all games with Ark. So we then decided that we're going to rebrand instead of keeping the long name, and then change it to OtterDenGaming. And that's how it's been ever since.
yeah, that's a very good choice because I saw the huge rebranding on Lady Bathory versus OtterDenGaming, and it's like I'm watching another stream or something. So that's good.
Yeah. I'm very happy that we went that way, and I feel it's very important as a streamer to have a theme on your channel. It just makes you stand out more, and it gives you a reason to be different to other people. So theming is important, especially if it's something you're passionate about.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And how did you end up streaming from the first place? I mean, you first, and then how does this couple thingy came on?
So we've always done like it was me on the screen and then him on the screen, but it was always just my gameplay. So then we decided to experiment with some plugins and trying to get it working to get both of our gameplay together on the same screen and then broadcast it, which we eventually did get it right. And then a friend suggested a plugin called NDI, which a lot of streamers use, not for dual streaming purposes, but if they have a streaming PC. And then it worked, and it works for us, and we've been using it ever since, and we've been doing the dual view, which is great, and a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
And we don't always do dual streams as much as we can because Machine does have a full-time job. But whenever he's around, he'll hop on one day or another and he'll stream with me, and the dynamic is really great. It works. It works.
Yeah. And I love the fact, and every time I see couples streaming together, it's just like one of my favorite things, because having a husband who fully supports you on what you're doing, it's really amazing.
Yeah, I was scared taking the leap to go full time. I only became a full-time streamer in about June last year. And with the lockdown, the lockdown happening all over the world, I had started streaming more regularly on the channel, and it had picked up quite a lot. So because of the motion and the channel getting busy, and it was just so much more rewarding, I felt that I wanted to take the leap. It was now or never, because I know that if I miss out on this opportunity, I'll never get it again. It will never be the same. And I spoke about it, and I told him how I felt, and I was so happy because he fully supported me all the way.
Yeah.
And it's been great. I've been doing it since June last year. I think it's been 9 months now. And it's the best job ever. I mean, you get to work from home, you get to play games for a living, and you've got an awesome community that backs you. It's amazing. It's really awesome.
It is amazing indeed. And what are the games that you love playing together?
Recently we've been playing Diablo 1, which is like a classic.
Yes.
Yeah. We also play lots of Phasmophobia together. We finished quite a few games as well. We're big fan of the Borderlands series also. We used to play shooters, which is where both of us come from. We've got a competitive background for first-person shooters. We used to play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, which we don't as much anymore. So we used to play that, and also we used to play a lot of Minecraft, actually.
Yeah.
Back in the days, a lot of Minecraft.
So
But we always, yeah.
Do you prefer to play together as a co-op, or single player games, or just versus and be competitive with each other and everything? What makes you more happy?
I would say co-op.
Yeah.
Co-op works well, especially if you find a game that we really enjoy. We've been down the road with being competitive against each other, and it gets really nasty. It never ends well. So I'm glad that we've put that little bit of competitiveness behind us.
Yeah.
We don't play those kind of games anymore, but we also enjoy playing games with friends. There is a game that we do play a lot now lately, but we don't stream it, is Elder Scrolls Online. It's an MMO, and we play it almost every day with friends, and it's a good game, and it's good to have something that you always have something to play with your other half, your other half.
Yeah.
And yeah, we other than that, there isn't really much else that we play off stream. I try and keep my game time to just streaming, because it's like 7-8 hours a day is quite hectic with gaming.
Yes.
So you want to keep your off time to yourself, and step away from the PC, stretch your legs, play with the cat, take the dog for a walk.
Yeah, and the chores and everything, and
Yes,
him having a day
adulting.
job. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
it's quite hectic. So
So how do you work with the schedule, guys?
I stream during the day, so my morning into late afternoon, and then he comes home in the evening, so I have the evening to myself. But did feel like mixing up my schedule, trying to go into the later night, but then it gets more quiet because a lot of people also get busy into the nighttime, so they don't always have time to watch you as opposed to during the day when they may be at work and they can be around and be on your stream. So because we worked out that our audience is more active during the day as opposed to in the night, we've stuck to the daytime streams, which has worked out better for us. And also weekends isn't always busy, and weekends is just a nice time to be off and relaxing.
Yeah, that's for sure. And how about community-wise? I mean, like, who is watching the chat? Who is playing the game? How do you schedule all of this?
So luckily I've got quite a few mods that have been around and have stuck out for quite some time. They're always around, like 100%. I'll at least have 2 mods that are around when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Which I'm grateful for. They've stuck around since day one, which is nice. Not a lot of people stick around for that long. I mean, 3 years. To be subscribed to somebody for 3 years is a long time.
It is.
But I don't always expect moderators to be around because you can't. I mean, it's a thankless job because unless you're paying your moderators, some of us don't really have that kind of funding.
Yeah.
Especially when you're full time. But it's a thankless job, and you can't really look a gifted horse in the mouth either. So I always make sure that I make announcements before I go live. On our Discord, we've got a bot set up that notifies everybody that we're streaming. So people know we're on. The mods know. They know it's Monday to Friday from at least 11 a.m. They know where to find me. So the schedule's gone into a groove where people know that if I'm not online, you got to look out for the announcements to see if something's up or if I'm taking a break.
But I'm thinking, like, when a streamer works alone, like myself, they always know where to find me. They always know that they are communicating with me and stuff like that. But you being a couple and streaming, first of all, who is, the most communicative and stuff like that on the chat while streaming? And also, who is the most communicative outside of streaming? Because the networking is a big part of it.
So with chat and that kind of stuff, I would say it's more me. I'm very quick when it comes to chat. Very quick. Sometimes to my own detriment. I notice when things are happening, even when it gets busy. I will pause my game and I will scroll up and I will make sure that I don't miss a message, or I'll tell people, if I missed your message, tell me again. But I'm usually very attentive to chat. Machine, not as much. He's also an introvert and I'm an extrovert. So when he used to do his single player games on the channel and I used to be chilling in chat, and I used to poke him every now and then, be like, hey, look at chat, there's people talking to you. Because he'd get so drawn into the game that he wouldn't even realize, like, oh shit, there's like 3 or 4 people that are actually saying something and I gotta pay attention. So I'm always the one that's keeping him on his tippy toes, or, putting a lighter under his bum and be like, hey, pay attention to the people. They're here for you.
Exactly.
In terms of all the networking, I handle all the accounts. I'm not the best with it at the moment, but I'm working on it. We're getting on top of things. But I've got the Twitter account on my phone. I've got the Instagram account on my phone. Machine, however's got the YouTube account logged in. Because he uploads and edits all our videos. So that's his baby.
Right.
But for all the other socials, that's me. It'll usually be me speaking on behalf of us.
Yeah, and it's a very good thing that you can separate who is better to which thing, and you can both do a pretty good job, and it's very, very helpful.
It is, because he's quite terrible with the social media thing. I tried to get him into the groove of, hey, we're going live, can you post something? And he's like, but what do I say? I'm like, goodness, let me just do it instead. So so I've been handling that, which is, it just comes more natural to me, because I'm always on my phone as well, which is bad. It's not good. But he does all the YouTube things because he knows what he's doing, and I trust him with that, and he does a good job. He knows what he's doing. So I think we share equal amount of responsibilities. And the nice thing is that I'm usually the mastermind behind everything on the channel. So I will come up with all these ideas, like, let's add this sound effect, or let's add this, or let's do this to the stream. And then he will implement it, because he's the technical person.
Oh, that's so good.
He does. If I say, I want this done in this way, he's like, cool, done. Then he'll work on it and he'll show me. He's like, you happy? And I'm like, no, change it this way, change it that way. He does it, done. So I'm the creative mind and he's the technical mind. So
That's very, very helpful. And I know also a lot of cases of couples not streaming together, and some of them might have been streaming together, who am I to know, that they've been jealous of the community, and one of them being a little bit more jealous about viewers talking and stuff like that. So how do you co-op with that, guys?
To be honest with you, I try not to see the negative in it. I can understand that we have had cases of people being a little bit nasty because what we're doing is something different. There aren't a lot of streamers that do this kind of thing. And it's also difficult to set up what we have. It's not easy. To go to the extent of what we've done with the stream is not easy. It takes time, and it also takes a lot of research. There have been things that we've done in our stream where people have asked us, how do you do this? And how do you do that? And sometimes you hate to be the person that ends up telling people that I don't actually want to tell you, because it's like your trade secret, you know? There's certain things you just don't tell people how you do things. And then there's the internet where you can find your answers at the same time. So we always try and help people. We can understand that, you know, a lot of people admire what we do, which we find very flattering and appreciative, because it means that what we're trying to do, we're doing it right if people are actually drawn to it. So we try to steer away from the negative kind of attention. So instead of somebody saying nasty things because of what we're doing, we try and, you know, steered in the direction of, why would you feel that way towards us? Or is it something that you're jealous because we're doing this and you want to do it? And we have helped streamers as well set up dual stream Twitches, and they've actually become good friends with us as well. So I think instead of just being envious of somebody, maybe just try to be their friend.
Yeah.
You never know. They might actually end up helping you in more ways that you could imagine.
So would you say that you are a little bit more confident when you're streaming with Otter Machine or by yourself?
I think when it's a dual stream, it sort of brings something different, because I think we bounce off each other. So it's like a different energy. So I'm more mindful that he is here and streaming with me, as opposed to me being alone. Because then I would need to be more attentive when I'm alone, whereas I know with him being there, he's also watching like the chat and seeing what's going on. And one thing I've noticed, and I don't know if it's because I'm a female, but when I'm alone, the trolls come out. The not so nice ones. But when we're doing a dual stream, they disappear. So I don't know. So it's also a good thing when he's around, because it keeps the people away that we don't really want. But at the same time, when I'm alone, I have to be on my hind toes. I gotta be on my tippy toes, Make
Yeah.
sure that these little creeps don't just slide through the cracks. We don't want them there, saying
Yeah.
all sorts of nasty things.
But what is happening? That is very interesting. What is happening when the trolls come in when you both are streaming? Who is dealing with them?
Oh my goodness, Machine is so fast on the banhammer. You have no idea. We even have a sound effect for when someone gets banned.
Oh
He
my
plays the
gosh.
sound effect. There is no mercy. No mercy whatsoever. I'm the kind of person, I will still give you a second chance. If you come in and you say something out of line, I'll be like, can you please not say something like that again? Then someone will time them out. He will ban them straight
Oh
away.
my god, but the banhammer.
Awesome.
All right.
Gone. But I've had times where I just don't have the patience for people who think they can try their luck. And I'll tell them, I'm sorry. This is not that kind of stream. Get out of my stream. Get out.
Yeah.
Ban. I'm like, go, don't come back. Get out. Close the tab. Shut off your piece. Get out. So, yeah, they have people that have tested me time and time again. But when Machine's around, bad hammer.
Oh, that's
No
that's so
mercy.
good.
No mercy. He
You're
does not
safe
care.
there, girl. You're very safe.
Yeah. That's why I said with him around, people do not try their luck at all.
Yeah,
They
yeah, for sure. And another thing that is very interesting is that you are a couple, but at the same time, you are two different people. And two different people with, I should say, like different kind, not communities, because you have a mutual community, but you can attract different people, you by yourself and him by yourself. Do you think that this can help you grow a little bit faster, easier, or something like in contrast with other streamers?
I do always suggest to him that, he should, try and do like a single player game, which he has done in the past. But lately, because he gets home so late and he's really tired, he doesn't really have the energy to do it anymore. So I do encourage him to do it because I feel that it's not fair that it's just me on the channel all the time. I feel that it's also important for everybody to know that OtterDenGaming is not just me, it's both of us. So whether it's me on my own or us together, you'll see him on his own from time to time. And it used to be like that. And the nice thing about him, if he does eventually stream on his own, if he decides to, because I'm not going to pressurize him, is that he likes completely different games compared to what I do. So that would also pull in a different kind of audience. And he likes the Metal Gear series kind of games, and he likes stealthy games. So that also brings in a whole different crowd compared to the kind of people that's already on the channel. So
Yeah.
there is that opportunity to grow. It's just about whether he actually wants to do it. So maybe.
Yeah, I mainly mean if it's better for you because you are two people growing in one channel,
Yeah.
is that helping your channel growing faster instead of another streamer that is working by himself?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. We've also been experiencing a lot of that as well. So
Oh, right. Oh, right.
it's very difficult to say. And I think the games that we play also impact that. But I don't think doing our separate things helps with growth. But if we do it together, I think it brings something different. And I think it does help with growth a little bit more than as opposed to me doing things on my own. But it's not always possible for us to do the dual streaming.
Yeah.
But when we can, we always enjoy it. And it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah. So far, you are describing the whole experience with, I'm pretty sure it's like you say, It's a little bit dreamy. I like it. I want to do it, but I mean, if I had the chance, I would do it. But I'm pretty sure that there are some struggles also
Oh, yeah.
coming with the whole package. So
It's not what people think. It's not butterflies and roses and sunshine and unicorns. It's not perfect. I have my times. I've been down twice. And I've actually just come out of it recently. I have kind of mental breakdowns of this is not working. The channel's gone quiet. My average has dropped. Nobody's coming to the stream. I've not made enough money for the month. It happens. It's a mental struggle. And the only way to get through it is to push through. So if you can't really deal with it mentally, I think the best thing to do would be to talk to somebody about it that would understand how you're feeling. And the one thing I can give, one best tip I can give to any streamer out there, whether it's a couple streamer or non-couple streamers, don't ever compare yourself to somebody else. Ever. It's the most dangerous thing to do. And it can put you down so much. So having those down times, taking a break is also very important. We all need time off from it's a mental exhaustion. Besides just playing games,
Yeah.
your mind it's all over the place. 24/7. You're constantly thinking about how can I improve my stream? What can I do differently? What am I doing wrong that everybody else is doing right? Why can't I break away from 10 viewers? All those different things go through your head all the time when you're in a down. When you're
Of
sitting
course.
and you're thinking to yourself, how am I going to make this work during my quiet days? So it happens. And within the past few months I've been doing this, it's happened to me twice. And I just came out of it again recently. I was down about 2 weeks ago. And it's hard. It's really hard. But got to break through. Because if you don't try or keep pushing, you never know where you might be. And it helps to have those few people in your community that would message you. This is also important. Even if it's 2 people that would say, hey, I miss your streams when you're coming back. That picks you up so much because there are actually people that care about you and they want to see your face as much as you not might like your own face.
Exactly.
There are people that love your face and they want to hear your voice and they want to hear you laugh. It makes their day. So it's worth it. Do it for them.
Yeah.
And do it for yourself.
100%. And to tell you the truth, in kind of all of the previous episodes, not all of them, but most of them, I would say, all of the previous episodes on Behind the Streams, when I talk about struggles, the competition game is always there.
Yep.
It's always there.
Yep.
But yeah. But it's very good that there are not so many streamers that are streaming as a couple. So the competition to you guys, it's a little bit more limited, I would say.
Yes.
So it is also a very, very good thing.
It's not a bad thing. There was a point where we networked or started networking with other couple streamers. So there was this guy with a friend. They weren't a couple, but there were 2 friends also doing the same kind of thing that we were doing. And they made it their mission to find as many couple streamers or dual streamers as possible. And we had met quite a few people like that as well. I've noticed a lot of them have fallen away. Not many of them stream as much anymore. But I could probably count on my fingers how many of them I've met. There isn't a lot.
Yeah.
It's a very unique dynamic to get going and to get it to work as well, especially with PC. With console, not so bad if you have the right equipment. But it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
I don't feel it's the same.
And what would you say that are the pros and cons, like when streaming with your spouse?
The pros would be that you get to spend more time together. You get to enjoy the same and share the same kind of passion. And you get to share it with people that want to see what you're doing. It also keeps us both motivated to keep doing this. I would say the cons would be, it doesn't happen all the time, but from time to time it does happen. Like, the odd little argument on stream.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens.
And how do you deal with it?
There've been times where we don't, and it just goes on a be right back. Because nobody's perfect. But
yeah, of course.
I think also because we know how we each play each other's game styles, it's been ironed out a bit. So I try not to raise my voice too much, which I have a bad habit of doing. So I try and be nicer and kinder. But sometimes, it's not every day is perfect. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed and these things happen and something slips and then it ends up a little bit nasty. And then chat will they actually love it. Sometimes they find it funny. They find it funny that we fight. So they'll laugh and be like, "Oh my God, this is so cute." I'm like, "No, it's not. He's making me angry." So there's that. So we'll end up arguing and everyone will laugh about it. And then we'll laugh about it and it'll be okay. So I think that would be the only con of streaming with your spouse. But other than that, we get to play games together and we get to do the one thing that I enjoy the most, and he enjoys it as well. He really does. So I think that's about it.
yeah, that's very, very cool. And what would you advise to other couples who just want to start streaming? Like, what would it be the first advice you give them?
Be yourself. If you want to fight and argue, it happens. Don't be scared to hold back, but also be careful. Don't let out any dirty secrets. You don't want to let out all the dirty laundry, not on stream at least. Leave that for stream. Just be yourself, enjoy what you're doing, but also be mindful of your better half that is with you. Try not to be too selfish. Don't hog the chat to yourself. If you see a message, try and read it out loud so that both of you can hear it and understand. So it gives both people enough time to react to the message in chat. It's just a little bit of an adjustment, but it's possible. Think about playing with your friend in front of people.
Yeah.
So you just have to be a bit more mindful. But just be yourself, play what you want to play, and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I want to thank you so much for your amazing presence in here. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. Tip number 1, always have a schedule. If you can't stick to it, let people know. I feel that it's important to build up a community by letting people know when you're available to be online. That way, when you are there, there'll always be someone around. Especially when it comes to couple streaming, it's very important to compromise. Make sure that it's available during a time that both of you are well rested and relaxed and you're ready to take on the stream. Tip number 2, be unique and different with the kind of games that you play. Don't play the kind of games that you think would get you viewers because it's what everybody else is playing. Playing overly saturated games on Twitch is extremely difficult to gain viewership. But if you end up playing something a bit more different than everybody else, especially something you could co-op, it brings in some really cool people. That has helped us a lot. Venturing new games, finding something that we enjoy, something different that we can do. Be different. Tip number 3, be patient. Be patient. You have to learn how your dynamic works with your other half. Take the time to do some research maybe into what could work for you, but patience is key. You might work well together with other things in life, but I think gaming is a little bit different. You'll find that some people work really well together, you know, maybe in cooking or baking or crafts or anything. But I feel that gaming is different. And I've seen couples that don't work well together. So if you are two people who really want to do this, find your dynamic, find something that works for you, even if it is a game that you feel, I want to play this game and it works well. Use that as a stepping stone and then take it from there.
Couple streaming, huh? One of the things I haven't done in my life, but I know a lot of people who are thinking about starting it. Some very interesting points came out of this discussion, and also one question. Do you prefer to stream by yourself? Or do you feel more comfortable streaming with your spouse or playing with friends or even having somebody talking to you on Discord? Comment your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe because more episodes of Behind the Streams are coming and even more videos about streaming. So see you in the next episode.